Hey guys, today is the second video when I'm indeed in my kitchen, as you can tell, because the founder's kitchen and we are literally cooking here. And another reason it's called founder's kitchen is because I mentioned in the previous video, I believe if you are hungry enough, you'll get there. If you are just hungry enough, you will achieve whatever you want. And I'm freaking hungry. And I'm in the kitchen, and that's Founder's Kitchen, and we are achieving so many big things here. That's my motto here. In any case, I want to talk about success today with you guys. And specifically, I want to highlight the way you kind of get delusional in order to achieve success, which is funny. Because my entire philosophy, at least used to be, where I'm extremely realistic and straightforward. Like, don't be delusional, think logically, do this and this and this and this. In reality, life makes no sense. There is no point of like being fully logical and trying to rationalize everything. Yes, look at data. Yes, look at results. Yes, be smart about that. Like, be analytical, be logical, be rational. But at the same time, life is a lot of emotions. And it's impossible to neglect those. You cannot just avoid all emotions. You cannot just tell yourself, okay, I'm going to lock in the room for a few years and nail that. You will get emotional, always. Almost always, almost every day. You can't probably kill emotions, but at the same time, first, do you want to live that life? Emotionless? Not really, because life is about emotions, right? Like, you would not just feel purpose, like, what's the point? And second, emotions help you with something, and that's a flow, that's a motivation, that's inspiration, that ideas, creativity. Emotions are important. Emotions are very important, and it's important how you navigate them, it's important the way you first control your emotions, and second, direct them in the right way. So a lot of times, entrepreneurs, people starting, especially starting, really ambitious people starting, I would say I'm still at the beginning point. Yeah, I've been in the game for a few years, but I'm very much in the beginning. I have huge goals, and I know what I want to do, but I haven't even built the foundation for it for myself, because I'm still in the beginning, and I know what I need to get done for that. And I think at this stage, a lot of people, this is probably the hardest stage, to be honest. This is the hardest stage because the reason it's the hardest stage is because you have no validation of something that works. You have no validation that this works. You have no validation that something can bring you money consistently. You have no validation that people will buy it. You have nothing, basically. So a lot of your confidence and a lot of your action will come from the point of you being certain, you being confident about that, being doable, feasible in general, stuff that works, which you're more likely to get from people, either people that are already there, which is good, because you literally, you see an example that person in front of you literally is where you want to be soon. And that's why it's important to find people who are a few steps ahead, not a whole mile away from you. And that first. And so secondly, you probably also get external, not necessarily external validation, but just that's the point where you have to be a little bit delusional. The reason everyone's going to be telling you that it doesn't work, it's bullshit, you're wasting money, you're wasting time, the business doesn't work, e-commerce doesn't work, it's too saturated, a lot of people are there, and everyone's trying to sell, everyone goes to Amazon these days, everyone, whatever. Bullshit. Do I care? A little bit, because there's a reason they say that. But do I believe in that? No, I don't. Do I find the proof that it works? Yes, I do, and I find a lot of it. I find people who are succeeding, who are making tons of money, thousands daily, millions. They started the same spot as I am, even probably lower, and they got there. They got there somehow. It's never going to be different. Everything that's the beauty of business. That's the beauty of having an entrepreneurial mindset. It's not really about is it saturated or is it hard. It's not. It is about your mindset, and it's about how you can adapt, because with the more saturation, the more competition, more opportunities are born. The barrier of entry to ecom these days is the lowest ever was possible. You can create a website, you can create the whole product and start selling, making 1K days in 2 days, basically. In 2 days you can do it. You can start tonight and be basically like ahead of 99% of the people in terms of income in a week. You can do that. This is doable. This is possible, I'm sure. And you can scale to like 1 million in a year. You can do that. With the amount of knowledge there is right now, you can do that. And I can do it, certainly. So that's something important to believe in. That's something important to consider, that everyone else will tell you that it's bullshit. Everyone else will stay in their own little world and believe that it's not doable, and there's a lot of issues and blah blah blah. Sure, for them it might be. If you see at least one single little proof of validation that it works, that it might your dream or your passion or your ideas, your ambition is achievable. That's a reason. That's a freaking reason. That's the only reason for you to keep going. That means there's someone who's done that. That means there's something that's already working. Why do you care then? Why do you care? I mean, of course, if you're creating something completely new, completely like from scratch, nobody had done that before. Sure, you have a different game. It's a different game. It's a game where you may be trying to figure out something. You're the first. It's cool. It's a different game. It's just a different game. You're probably achieving different things, and you have a different intention. You probably don't care about the results as much because you have no idea. But you have an idea here. You have an idea what to do. So do that. And that's something you have to be a little bit delusional with, because you have no proof. You just have to be convincing yourself in things working, in you doing the right thing. And but that's not only the way you win. Another aspect, another component of victory in this game is to getting better daily. This is inevitable. If you know for a fact today is better than you today are better than you were yesterday, you win. You ultimately win. There is no freaking way with that speed, with that movement, you will be stuck. You will not. As long as you get better, you shouldn't care about results. You shouldn't care about anything. You should care about one thing, about you acquiring that skill that can give you any results. Trust me, it's way more important to be the person who can achieve the thing, who knows how to achieve the thing, as opposed to just achieving the thing. If you want to make $1 million, you make them tomorrow. Will you be happy? Kind of for a second, but what about when you spend this $1 million? What do you do then? You have no idea what to do. But if you have no money at all tomorrow, but you know for a fact you have a full 100% capability of making $1 million, you'll be way happier. You'll be way more confident, way more interested in life, because that's something else you've just acquired, which is a skill to get the results, and not just the results, which is way more valuable. And that's something I think people should be focused on. That's something I personally should also think of more frequently, as opposed to just chasing stuff. People are chasing too much. People are chasing something they don't even want, they don't even need. They just don't know that until they get there. So that's a little insight I had for you guys today. And yeah, I think another point here is, which comes down to also like being delusional, is to just don't think too much. I mentioned the two most important things, like do things and do them better daily. That's it. Thinking sometimes kills, and it just gets you stuck. Thinking is something that you need to have. You need to put time in thinking about your project, about the thing you do, about the in general, if you're making right decisions to get better. But for the rest, thinking about stuff like overthinking, this is actually a waste of time at this point. Like, there is a limit. You should put a limit on yourself to think. Do more. Just do more. Doing more is always the solution. Because if you do more and you can think one time and you still will process everything you've done. But if you just constantly think and you do nothing, you waste time. That's how it works. Thank you guys for listening to my little insightful night talk, second night talk in the kitchen.